to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Asif Rana. I'm the COO of Hexagon Platform Solutions, where we create industry-specific solutions with the help of Exalt, powered by Exalt Solutions, as you may know. And we have been doing a lot of interesting things over the past 1 year. We have been busy creating new partnerships, working with partners, creating solutions. And we are going to the details very soon. But let me first start with an interesting story here. So what we see here is a colony of penguins. And this is from a famous book from Carter. And the title of the book is Our Iceberg is Melting. And this is very relevant to us today because what they are seeing is a problem that they have never seen before. So they have been living happily on this iceberg since ever. There is no precedent of any such kind of fundamental challenge to them. And there are now structural problems occurring. And if things go, the iceberg might break. And actually, this is kind of the detrimental thing for them. But there is no wise wisdom there or anything or words of God or how they are going to solve it. So it's very unique and unprecedented for them. And even more important is that no one knows about it actually, except Fred here, the one with briefcase, thanks to his very keen observation of the landscape and how things are changing. So Fred has many challenges. The first challenge is to make others see it and this is hard because they haven't seen it before. So he is going to convince them how they are going to see it and then how we are going to tackle it. Even more important is how to create a cohesive team about it. It's not easy to first of all make others see what you are seeing, especially there is no precedent, and secondly to rally them for you, create a cohesive team and partnerships and how to then go about doing it. So the story goes on. It's really nice story and I would recommend you the book. The end is good. They finally managed to move their colony to some new landscape and really kind of a new beginning. But why it's relevant to us? Because it's very similar challenge of digitalization. Digitalization is very unique and unprecedented. It never happened before. It's happening right in front of us now, and we are not really very well prepared for this. So we have to work together on this. We have to understand how we are going to do this, and we have to follow in very similar way and keep our eyes open to finding out new solutions and work on these kind of challenges. And digitalization is a big word, or digital transformation. There could be myriads of use cases. We have a beautiful assembly of these use cases here, and I encourage you to go through our zone and find out more about how Hexagon is tackling those use cases. What we have taken here is one particular example of improving worker productivity in the field. According to a recent IDG research report, worker productivity is the single most important use case and single most important trigger for digital transformation journeys. More than 50% of the companies that are doing digital transformation, they are really focused on improving worker productivity in the field. So we enable it through mobility, through real-time information access, and also to bring AI-assisted workflows into the worker workflows and work processes. So essentially what it means is you are going to provide the right information. Information could be the form of work instructions, for example, in the field to the workers here, to the right person, on the type of job that he is going to do, and also when it's needed. Or in other words, right now, in real time. And this is how really platform solution is helping and creating these kind of solutions there. Another question would be, what can it do for you? Digitalization, again, it's in the context of this thing here. So we took the same example. Hexagon PPM and Platform Solutions partnered on the connected worker strategy here. And again, this is also available in the zone. Please go and visit this and understand more about how we are doing it. And this is a great journey. We have been working together on this connected worker here. And the type of engagements that we are having now with the customers and the exciting projects that we are delivering there, we are really confident that in many of the use cases we are going much beyond 30% improvement in the productivity of the workforce. This is a marvelous achievement and really high returns on investment, and also very quick time to pay for these kind of initiatives. This is one of a kind of a representative study actually, and if you will please go ahead and then know more about it. This kind of background about digitalization and how we are solving those challenges kind of brings us back to the Hexagon, And Hexagon, for me, working so many years with Hexagon, I know our company is really very unique. Hexagon is a very unique company. It's not like any other company that we have this beautiful mix of sensors, software, and autonomous systems already in place. There are many examples here. Please go ahead and explore Smart Factory. Also, in different areas, workflows in the construction industry here. And we are really well poised for our future. And there is a strong strategy behind this. And to talk more about that, I'm going to welcome Claudio Simao, the man behind Hexagon Digital Strategy. Please give a warm welcome to Claudio.
Hello, hello. So, thank you, Asif. Hi, everyone. I'm pleased to be here this morning. Some new faces. So, my name is Claudio Simao. I'm CTO at Hexagon. Very nice tenure, in fact. Such a portfolio of technologies and applications, too. But firstly, I would like to, just to contextualize what I'm doing in this presentation. This is a Xalt Platform Solutions presentation, and I'm showing the idea that I will show high level Hexagon's digital strategy, right? Last year we announced Exalt as a framework. It was in the keynote, the main keynote by Ola, and this framework, it was much more in the context of R&D, what we are developing, how these technologies or this platform or framework of capabilities are going to be deployed through the divisions or direct to the market, so on and so forth. So the presentation is not about Exalt R&D. We continue to pour a lot of energy, a lot of investments, developing the capabilities of Exalt and even other new capabilities. But day to day, Asif and Kin will much more talk how we are walking the talk, embedded in divisional solutions, or go to the market through the channel of the divisions or directly to the market. So just to contextualize. So Hexagon is really in a great moment, since the building blocks for our vision of enabling connected autonomous ecosystems are coming together. And our answer to this is smart digital reality. And smart digital reality is the autonomous connected ecosystems that we referenced before. If we think that digital transformation, there are many definitions, but if we consider digital transformations to be the utilization of digital technologies, new digital enablers to create new solutions, disruptive solutions, transformational solutions, our answer is smart digital reality solutions. So this is how we are, the nomenclature that we are using now. In fact, we didn't start with the autonomous concept now. If I remember correctly, maybe 6 years ago, late 2013, is when we include in our roadmaps, technology roadmaps for core technologies and enablers, the concept of autonomous systems. Connectivity is obvious, right? If you have ecosystems, it has to be connected anyway, right? So the concept of autonomy. So we start tweaking or adjusting our roadmaps, both for core and enabling technologies, and more lately, our digital data platform. Data is foundational. We know that as the world is moving from cause-effect, from causal, from deterministic approach, much more to probabilistic and correlational approach in the architecture of the solutions, data is a key element. Because if you don't have data, you cannot extract anomalies or patterns. You cannot train artificial intelligence models and so on and so forth. So the data we are on top of the data platform. But since autonomy is at the core of our strategy now, as you have seen in the keynote of Ola, if we can create sustainable, scalable solutions, value creation, autonomy is a key element. I would like to discuss a little bit what autonomy is bringing to the table. How autonomy is helping mankind. Is going to be a new technology cycle as relevant as the PC cycle in the early 80s, mid-90s, the web, and then mobile and cloud, late 2000s. This will be as relevant as these three last technology cycles. Is going autonomy to save the humankind, the mankind, protecting the world, protecting the planet, or is going to cause its singularity, as many people debate, right? Is going to destroy jobs or improve the quality of jobs, as in the agricultural revolution. Everybody said this is the end of the world, because 90% of the population lived in the farms, in the countryside, and then came the automation of agriculture. And we are here, right? So how this will evolve? So Ola gave yesterday a good, let's say, he made good consideration about the way out, at least that we can delay, but for sure, autonomy will play a role. My point is that autonomy will bring a major revolution. It will be transformational. It will allow sustainable, scalable value creation in all areas of man presence. And indeed, when we think in big transformation from the technology perspective, we think immediately in productivity, quality, safety, in production, manufacturing processes. I would like to extend a little bit the concept going to our day-by-day lives, right? We are today, the fact is that complexity has outstripped the capability, the ability of human beings to operate these multiple parallel analytical systems, these complex correlational systems. So we are not designed to think statistically. There is a nice book about this, Think Fast, Think Slow. We are not designed to complex correlations. That means autonomy will unload from us a lot of the stress of not abstracting complexity. That means a lot of diseases are caused by stress. If we can, with autonomous process, unload the stress on our shoulders, this probably will improve the quality of life. And if you think the biggest revolution that happened in the last century was the longevity revolution. We live in average more than 34 years or longer than 34 years than our great-grandparents. Think about that. This is an entire second adult life on top of our lifetime, on top of our lifespan, in 2 generations. So if we can unstress the population, abstracting complexity by autonomous processes, maybe with better quality of life, we can deliver to our great-grandchildren another, maybe a little bit more lifetime, right? But back to Hexagon core capabilities. It's very difficult to have an elevator pitch of Hexagon core capabilities. It's too many, frankly speaking. I try to cluster to put together what we enable with this. Hexagon basically emerged kind of 20 years ago as a leader in sensorics, in sensors technologies, and because we have to design sensors, we have to understand domain knowledge in different applications, we evolved to software-centric solutions very fast. And then in a second step, it was initially to solve specific problems, so kind of standalone software-centric solutions. And then in a second step, with some acquisitions, we evolved to enterprise-grade software solutions. So both sensorics and software solutions unlocked a lot of data information, a lot of data. So from capturing the data, how to process the data, how to manipulate data, how to stream the data, and then how to contextualize the data, bringing data intelligence, will be key elements for our autonomous solutions strategy. Data is today, in my opinion, the hurdle to go to next steps. the concept of data lakes. So we have a lot of information without any context, without any tagging, and how we use this, historians. And when you have streams of data, you have to classify or to tag or contextualize, bringing knowledge to the data. But this is another story. I should not go in this direction. So let's summarize then what our technology as Hexagon brings. If we start to your left, our technologies enable digitalizing or capturing the reality. The image is not very good, but here, reality capture. So capturing the reality from objects, that means geometries or topologies or objects, so attributes of objects more in metrology level, or the entire virtualization of a system through scanning, through digitalizing all the functions of our system. So this is our reality capture capabilities. And then if you go more for positioning, so with our technology, we can locate, track, navigate, georeference complete systems. So with this, we can control everything everywhere, theoretically. If you go more for the software side, with the capabilities, with some of our technology, portions of our technology portfolio, we can model, we can design, we can simulate different scenarios in virtual physical systems into digital scenarios to detect deviation, anomalies, to optimize system, and then feed back to the real world corrective actions. Another, let's say, cluster of our technology is mapping. That means we can address georeferenced workflows or systems, embedding intelligence through analytics, business intelligence, or even learning algorithms. That means addressing georeferenced workflows. Last but not least, autonomy technologies. We can autonomize. Autonomize is a new verb now. So we can make autonomous tasks, processes, and this is the new guy in the block. That means it's a new technology that we are incorporate to our portfolio. All of this brings to our autonomous connected ecosystems vision. If you put together sensorics, software, autonomous, enabling technologies, domain knowledge, and data platform, all together permit us to have a unique point of leverage that is the convergence of physical and digital. And this has to be sustainable and scalable. That means it has to be a sustainable, scalable value creation. Because if not, we will destroy the planet, as Ola elaborated yesterday. Our smart digital reality solutions are designed not only to connect A to B. It's not about simply streaming data back and forth. We want to create actionable environments. We are not talking about, as in the classic automation, creating closed-loop systems, a siloed system that corrects itself. It's much more of this. We are talking about interoperating systems, talking in a functional way with multiple flavored systems. And finally, what we want here as a smart digital reality is a full digital parametric avatar replica of a system. It's not siloed systems that through an API eventually send information. It's really full interoperability. This is the vision. For sure, you don't deliver the vision in one step. We will going, and we will see some examples. Keen will present some examples of this. There are many, we can talk about many examples where we can apply digital capability in the concept of smart digital reality. Maybe because Corbin is here, I can use construction. Construction is an industry that suffers a lot. The big construction company, the level of profitability is single digit, lower, sometimes lower single digit. There are a lot of clashes, a lot of anomalies, a lot of deviations. There are major problems of integration of suppliers. So it's an industry that suffers with things that we can tackle with smart digital reality. If you have a real-time representation of the physical world and you can compare with the model, with your digital planning, and you can rebalance workloads, you can rebalance human resources, materials, you can detect deviations in the early stages in order to correct this, it's obvious. I don't need to elaborate. So it's obvious that it's easy to say, it's difficult to implement, but this is why smart digital realities is a strategy delivered in phases, very clearly achievable. My last slide, I show a little bit, maybe the most important slide, I show a little bit what we want to deliver or what we are tackling, addressing with smart digital reality, our connected autonomous ecosystem strategy. Basically, it's all about data working across our solutions to empower increasingly autonomous connected ecosystems in a scalable and sustainable flavor, let's say, to summarize. We divide these in two ecosystems. The first is the production ecosystems, where we are serving, our solutions are serving factories, industrial facilities, plants, mines, and farms. And from the urban perspective, we are serving buildings, infrastructure, and cities and nations in the circular economy concept. For sure, to build up our solutions, we depend on our core technologies and Exalt. We say Exalt as a framework. For sure, we use a lot of other enablers inside Hexagon as Lucid, and so we have other enablers to support our strategy as smart digital realities. You see here also some sustainable value creation, what the key problems we want to solve. For example, it's obvious in agriculture you want to use less fertilizer, less water, right? Every kilo of rice you use 100 liters of water. It's crazy, right? We have to optimize this. If not, we will really damage the Mother Earth, right? And in mining, you don't want to excavate. You want to be very precise where you excavate, underground mining, and so on and so forth. So some sustainable value creation that we could do if we optimize in an autonomous way. As I said, the presentation is about how we are walking the talk. The Exalt framework continues its journey, integrating with the other capabilities of Hexagon. But Platform Solutions, or Exalt Platform Solutions, is the group, is the initiative that is bringing the templated solutions using Exalt to the market, via embedded in the divisions, through the channel to market of the divisions, or directly to the market. For talk about this and the software solutions, software products that we are implementing, I would like to call Asif back to the stage.
Thank you, Claudio. That was great to hear about how Hexagon is moving along its digital strategy, and how Exalt is a fundamental piece of, and core component of this strategy. It's exactly 1 year that Exalt was unveiled here, right here in Vegas, and we have been doing some marvelous things, creating new value, creating new solutions using Exalt, and we are going to share them with you today. But first, before we go there, I would like to highlight a little bit of the Exalt framework, just as a quick refresher to bring everyone up to speed. What is Exalt framework when we talk about Exalt? Exalt framework is a combination, is a collection of these fundamental capabilities that you see here that are like the building blocks for us to create smart digital solutions. That's what exactly this is all about. And I'm going to talk about each one of them briefly so that you understand what's mobility, integration, AI, edge, and visualization. So what is Exalt Mobility? Exalt Mobility effectively is your mobile strategy when it comes to creating enterprise systems. How to create and augment enterprise systems and bring the mobility into the field. That's exactly what it is. It allows you to create very efficiently and very quickly mobile work processes, solving the business problem right there when they arise without much effort. That's exactly the positioning of mobility. And we have a cloud backend to support the mobile operations, and this all works seamlessly. There's corporate firewalls involved, so the data stays secure, and the mobile front ends provide the information in real time to the field workforce and also in premise. The other important component of Exalt is the Exalt integration. Exalt integration kind of fills the gap when it comes to connecting different systems together. Mobility enables the mobile workflows, kind of untapping the potential of the field workforce and wherever people are. What Exalt integration does is to integrate and bring interfaces of different application and systems together. And this all happens nicely tucked behind the corporate firewall. So the data stays on-prem inside the enterprise, and then only when it's needed it flows to the Exalt mobility or the front ends. And this is what Exalt integration brings to us. Exalt integration effectively is also a no code business rules engine, which means without coding you can really create those special business rules like alerts and triggers, and then have them flow to the Exalt mobility front ends. So this is kind of a key component that we use in many enterprise integration applications. The third and another very important piece of the puzzle here is Exalt Edge. Exalt Edge is what you use when you want to create real-time data streams between the assets that are in the field. Or this component is like a software component, and it lives on the edge and makes a bi-directional real-time data telemetry flow. And also it enables the edge workflow. So if there is some decision being taken, a business decision in the Exalt cloud, the information can flow back to the Exalt Edge, and then this can be executed in assets. Here you see a mining example, but we have successfully deployed Exalt Edge in many different examples like smart factory, for example, and also in different kind of sensors and devices. Another really very key component where we have been very actively working in the past years is the Exalt AI. Exalt AI is the machine learning engine of Exalt. It interacts seamlessly with all other Exalt components. So if the data is coming from the edge or from the enterprise or from cloud, this can all be routed to Exalt AI machine learning engine. And what it does is it monitors the data, it can use the data to predict business outcomes or improve the work processes. Exalt AI, the machine learning engine, is capable of working on different data types, for example, imagery data, 2D, 3D point cloud data, or real-time big data streams. And what kind of business applications you enable with Exalt AI? An example is predictive maintenance, for example, or time series analysis. These are some of the applications or anomaly detection that we are using Exalt AI for. This brings me to the next piece, which is the Exalt visualization. We have some highlights here. I would play the video here. It's another core component, and we have tightly embedded it in different Exalt applications. So why don't I go ahead and play the video for you. So what's really cool about Exalt visualization is that this piece of Exalt is cross-platform. It's fully supported on mobile front ends, for example, or web front ends on different operating systems. And it also integrates very tightly into the Exalt. I will show you one example afterwards. So yeah, we are really bringing it into the mainstream Exalt applications, as you will see very shortly. Okay, so this was a lot about technology and how Exalt brings all these capabilities. But what's essentially important, as Claudio was mentioning, is walking the talk, which means creating the business. So I'm going to talk a little bit how we are creating the business from Exalt, and also what kind of new use cases are enabling, and also another important thing, how we can help you in addressing those use cases, how I foresee us working with you hand in hand in solving those digital transformation challenges. So essentially what Hexagon Platform Solution is doing is using Exalt and any other technologies that are available to solve the challenges of creating smart digital realities. And that's how we empower the digital future for you. And these solutions that we create from Platform Solutions using Exalt or any other technology that we may seem fit for solving those business problems, enterprise business problems, they can be provided as software as a service solutions or also on-prem solutions. So I'm going to highlight how we foresee and how we are positioning Exalt Platform Solutions, how we are working with our customers. First and foremost, we are your digital transformation partner. When it comes to creating enterprise-grade digital solutions, Exalt Hexagon Platform Solutions is there to work with you as your partner. In addition, as Claudio was mentioning also, and we know that Exalt has a very strong R&D workforce behind it, it is getting the investment that it deserves as a foundational technology platform, so we can also create and deliver enterprise-grade software solutions. And this is effectively what we are doing together with you, the customers, and also with Hexagon divisions and everybody. Here is an overview of some of the market segments in which we are creating those solutions. We are very well into, for example, manufacturing segments, construction, and construction comes afterwards. But in manufacturing, machinery and transportation are some of the top use cases we are addressing. Lately, we have also been into the process industry. We are also in materials, and when I say materials, it means like concrete and aggregates and how you manage this kind of businesses there, or in equipment management in the field, connecting those workflows. Kim is going to put more information and focus on what are some of the use cases that we address across all these verticals. I have brought some example here to show you how we are enabling those solutions powered by Exalt. The first one is from our manufacturing segment here, where we address a very well-known product we sell, and it's kind of a solid product from our side. It's the final quality inspection workflow. What you see here are that the users in the field can get service work orders or different kind of things. They can even go to the products. But effectively what we are doing is enabling and transforming the business based on the real-time information. What you just saw here was that when the user is working on this service work order, they can have access to the real-time information on the manuals, the service manual here, that are fetched directly from the back-end ERP systems. So this is one example. Another one that I have here is integrating the 2D and 3D information into our products. What you see here is a tight integration of Exalt visualization in one of the use cases. So people can go into the different components. This is what we have addressed also with some strong use cases, the Hexagon PPM. You can open for example, the power plant or the production plant there. You can browse the information there. You can annotate the information. Or in any case, if you are going through different products, you can open also the 3D model and just have access the information that's available there. So another one that I have brought here, which we are seeing a lot of kind of requests coming for, is the creation of nice dashboards. So we have built-in extensions and integration for Microsoft Power BI. So we can create also Power BI dashboards here. I just skipped it, but we have built-in integration with the Power BI. None of these solutions or this co-creation, as we call them, would be possible if we didn't have a very strong and vibrant community. Platform Solution is proud to have that community. We work with our customers very closely. We co-create the solutions, and we empower our customers to create the solutions on their own. In the same spirit, we are also bringing e-learning platform now also. It's in beta phase now. It will also further empower you to learn and how to apply the technologies to solve your business problems. This brings me to a very nice point here. I'm going to mention Corbins Electric. Corbins Electric is our highly valued business partner and customer. Corbins Electric has been nominated and selected as the Hexagon Honoree for this year, and rightly so. It's really important that we understand why we are doing this and what kind of value we are creating together. Corbins Electric is essentially transforming the construction industry there in the electrical construction. They are completely streamlining and digitalizing the workflows. Over the last 3 years, due to this highly scalable and digital focused strategy, Corbins Electric has grown 60% year over year, and they have more than 140 Exalt applications in use in different digital workflows. A big round of applause to Corbins. This brings us into even more concrete discussion of how we are realizing these digital transformation solutions and what we are doing there. To have more information on that, I invite Kim Brown to tell us. Thank you.
Thank you, Asif. It's amazing how far we've come over the last year, building the Platform Solutions team and accelerating the delivery of Xalt solutions to the market. As you're hearing about the ways that we're expanding and adding more value within and through Hexagon, I want to tell you about what that means for the industries that we focus on as Platform Solutions. As Asif shared, we're seeing Xalt adoption across the industries in transportation, manufacturing, construction. We're also seeing growth with our tailored solutions for Hexagon PPM and SI customers. Some of these Xalt-enabled solutions look like maintenance and field service applications, asset tracking, time and material solutions, quality inspections across the board. Really, we're serving these industries and seeing success in a variety of ways, and I want to get into that with you in the next few minutes. A common thread that you'll see as we walk through some examples is that we are enabling our customers to get the most out of their investments of people, data, and resources. So let's walk through some. In manufacturing, our customers here are, of course, looking for ways that they can increase their production, but also reduce rework, prevent failures, extend the life of their equipment, but ultimately get the most efficiency out of their most valuable resource, their people. So we're stepping into that need. Specifically, we are tapping into sensor data and using existing hardware and new sensors that are being brought on board using Exalt Edge. And we're taking this data and putting it to use outside of the cell. We're putting it right alongside other critical systems within the plant, like ERP data, siloed backend systems, supply chain information, financial data, using Exalt integration. And together, we can find new and different insights that allow us to be more in tune with the goals of production. And with mobility, we can create any custom mobile application to map the workflows happening on the job floor, streamlining where data entry happens and bringing real-time action and alerts. All of these components working together are allowing us to solve some real challenges in the industry, like machine monitoring, for example. We can catch maintenance needs before they become disruptive problems. With quality organizations, we can get more completed goods off the production line faster with less non-conformances, and we can create custom manufacturing workflows so that every department in a plant is running on all cylinders. With our connected worker strategy with Hexagon PPM and the work that we're joining with utilities and railways with SI, it's pretty similar. Our customers here need to empower their remote workforces to be as efficient in the field as they would be in an office. But the challenge that our frontline employees often face is that the systems that are used to monitor, design, and run our critical assets aren't built to run remotely. And without the ability to monitor and analyze equipment data in an agile way, our critical assets often face unplanned failures, which stop production and can ultimately cost us millions in unplanned downtime and emergency repairs. So we're coming at this by lighting up equipment data and making it visible and actionable anywhere in real time. We're using Exalt Mobility to create entirely mobile work order and job management processes. And together we can start assisting our technicians with predictive insights on most likely repair and completion data and parts that are needed as they're starting their jobs. But not just as they're starting their jobs, but from the moment a work order shows up on their screen. And with Exalt visualization, we can bring 3D imaging and advanced mapping to the front line. All of these pieces working together are allowing for better collaboration and better visibility as we're constructing our facilities, as we're operating our facilities, and as we are maintaining and inspecting them as well. With Exalt for construction, we're coming alongside some of the major pillars of this industry: time, labor, materials, assets, all of which really tie back to people. People, again, are our most valuable resource. So take labor resource planning, for example. Our customers here need to be able to bid and plan for their jobs more accurately and more dynamically, taking into a variety of complexities when it comes to our labor. For example, when we're planning for a job, are we taking into account contracted or employed work, union or non-union employees? What's the skill level, training, certifications of our workers, and what types of jobs need to happen through every phase of a project? And these complexities don't just exist as we're planning for a job, but they actually exist throughout the entire life cycle of a project. So how do we give our customers a living plan that helps us plan as accurately as possible, but then matters when we're doing the real thing right now? And then in 3 months from now, and in 12 months from now, as our business changes, the job changes, and our workforce changes. Well, with Exalt, we can now give historical job data in a more intelligent way, so we can make better and smarter decisions in the future using AI and integration. We can have real-time time tracking and work package completions for our foremen, our superintendents, our project managers, finance, using mobility. And we can plan for all the varieties and complexities of our labor throughout the entire life cycle of a job using AI. And we can solve the same challenges with materials and assets that we would for manufacturing and the connected worker. These are just a few examples scratching the surface of how Platform Solutions is bringing IT and OT together. How we're taking our information technology, our software, our systems, and our data, and bringing it to the business and the operations in a more powerful way. Our people, our processes, our equipment. We are tapping into data that we couldn't access before. And we are creating new data in an agile way. We are piping data and finding predictive insights so we can take better actions. And we're putting the right information into the right hands of the people that need it. When they need it, as they need it in the future, and then before they even know that they need it. And this is how we are empowering data for our customers to make them true champions in their industry and bring a reality to business transformation. I hope that this is exciting for some of you. But we would love to meet with you and go deeper. There are a lot more stories that we have and ways that we're serving the industries, and we'd love to work with you and your customers more on new solutions that we could build for you. So come find us. We're going to be here throughout all of Hexagon Live. Some practical ways that you can meet with us. We're in the zone over in Smart Industrial Facilities. You can see the connected worker in action. We also have some sessions. Come check out the Exalt framework session. You can see how the technology is going to be evolving over the coming months. We've got some more practical hands-on with mobility and integration. And then we have some partnered sessions with PPM and MI, and we'd love to see you there. So with that, I'm going to let Asa close this out.
Thank you, Kim. That was really amazing and fascinating to see how we are solving those challenges. This brings us to the end of our session today, and I'm really grateful that you came and listened to how we are solving those solutions. But I have some key takeaway that I would like to rehash today, as a kind of the summary of the session here. First of all, we would like that we work together as your business partners on the digital transformation projects. So Hexagon Platform Solution is ready. We have a fully functional, strong organization. We have Salesforce. We have also the professional services behind the scenes working on these projects, so we can really execute them. The second and most important point that I would like to make, that we have been working with many of you over the past more than 1 year in engaging with you on these kind of enterprise digitalization projects. We have worked in the beginning on RFPs, RFQs also together with you. And this is something I would like to highlight, that we are ready whenever you get to such projects. Do engage with us right from the beginning. We can help you scope this kind of projects. Also, we can help you in shaping and designing those projects during the requirement capture, writing the tenders and RFQ documents, and then really working across the whole project life cycle with you. We are fully equipped for that. And this is kind of the main idea that I would have to share with you. Thank you again for being here. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.